Hey everyone, it's Gianni Francis. Welcome to Dear Gianni. This is an advice podcast / video series. And I just finished eating a big old ice cream cone. So now I feel like it's time to offer some advice. So let's start with that first question. Dear Gianni, my husband and I have a very dear friend, Mike. About a year ago, Mike started dating Ardell. That's kind of a weird fake name, Ardell. I've never heard of it. Who seems lovely. They go on lots of fun trips together, and they seem to be getting serious. They recently visited Ardell's hometown, and Mike met her whole family. This name Ardell is kind of strange to me. Why not just call her Adele? I've never heard of Ardell. Anyway, this is not about me. However, even though we see Mike a few times a month, we've only met Ardell 3 times. Nearly every time we have a plan to meet up with them, she drops out at the last second without explanation. Mike simply says Ardell isn't going to be able to make it. Maybe Ardell doesn't like you guys. That's not a good excuse, but maybe that's what it is. Maybe she doesn't like people. And that's kind of bad because you're close with Mike and she doesn't like the people that Mike's close with. That's gonna create some tension later on. Anyway, we've never asked any questions. Maybe having more separate social lives works for them. I've also considered that she might have social anxiety, migraines, or some other medical condition that flares up suddenly. I've just done what my mom always taught me. Assume the very best intentions and mind your own business. Yeah, that's called being charitable. I agree with that. It's good to be charitable because you never know someone else's situation. And then yesterday is the good part. Mike ran our city's marathon. He has been training for almost a year. When we saw him at the finish line, I expected to see Ardell, but she wasn't there. She also skipped the celebration later that night. Does she exist? Or does he lie about her? Because that's really strange to me. That she would skip both the fun thing and the boring thing. Maybe she just doesn't like his friends. I'm getting kind of upset now. At what point am I allowed to worry about Mike? He shows up for his friends. It just makes me so sad to think that his partner does not make him a priority. That is sad, if it's true. Is there a way to gently ask him if he's getting what he needs out of his relationship? Well, being as that you were at Mike's marathon, I would say yes, you have definitely the ability to ask him anything you want. You guys are close. You can ask him any personal question. And you make Mike seem like a desperate guy who's kind of settling here. But we don't know what Mike actually thinks or what he wants. So you definitely have to talk to him. Especially because now you're concerned that you care more about Mike than his girlfriend does, and that maybe he is settling for somebody who just doesn't care about him as much as he cares about them. It's hard to say when you don't know these people. But, you care about him possibly more than his girlfriend does because you went to the marathon and now you're curious. And it's not for any gossipy reason that you're curious, which I think is a good thing. You actually care about Mike. So just ask him where she was. And then if he gives you an excuse like she had migraines or maybe she doesn't like you or something like that, you might expect that there's a problem later. Just be prepared for an excuse. It might not mean that he's ready. It might also mean that he's not ready to talk about it, or that he doesn't see it as a problem. Maybe because he doesn't know any better, or maybe because he's not used to relationships. There might not be a problem. They might just prefer separate lives. And you might like Mike or might think that he deserves better than that, but there's nothing you can really do about it because that's the life that he's choosing. That's the person he's choosing right now. He might not need a supportive relationship. He might not know what a supportive relationship is if he's been alone for so long. He doesn't think about anything other than, do I have someone? Are they there when I need them? Maybe he didn't need them at the marathon. Maybe his girlfriend, her absence is not a disappointment to him, and maybe he's settling for the disappointment. Maybe he's just a low maintenance guy who doesn't need anything but a couple of friends and a girlfriend, and maybe he's just a loner type. But you definitely have a grandmotherly instinct because you do care about him in a lot of ways, and you care that he's doing well and that he's choosing somebody to be with who cares about him as much as you do. Maybe, relationships, they take a little while to transition into, especially if this guy's been alone for a while. So either way, you can't tell someone who isn't in a good relationship or is with a selfish person that what a good relationship is or what an unselfish person is like. You just have to wait for them. Make yourself available to Mike. Be patient, and just hope that he feels that he can talk to you about these things that might be bothering him in his relationship. But don't make any assumptions. Anyway, that's my advice. Be patient, be present, and be available for your friend. Hope you guys like this video. Comment, subscribe, like it, do the button social media thing. I don't know. It's fun to say that. I'm so new to this kind of YouTube thing that it's just fun to say. But anyway, see you guys next time.